Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, and all motorsports fans alike. Welcome to a gorgeous and starry night here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in North Carolina, where we're just about ready to begin race 2 of the Speed Racing Series Season 1. The fans are sure pumped up to get this race started, and the same thing with those 28 hungry drivers on pit road. We're all anxious for this green flag to fly shortly. So last time out at Daytona, it was a fantastic game of chess that was played out over there. But Lane Sanders came out on top of that one and took the very first checkered flag in series history, driving his number 87 Ford Fusion. He's qualified 14th for tonight's 100-lap race. But on pole is Charles Sanford, the Californian, with a fast time of 28.264 seconds. He's got the best seat in the house for the green flag to wave. So without further delay, let's get the command to start those engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
And off they go from pit road here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So as mentioned before, Sanford is your pole sitter. You'll have the rest of the starting grid lined up on your screen right now, rolling on by. S3 Motorsports is Ryan Dagby after finishing 18th last time out at Daytona. He'll start to the outside of Sanford. And a bit of a role reversal from Daytona. You got Joseph Strigley, who sat on the pole last week. He had Sanford behind him in that one, but now Strigley will be following Sanford to the green flag. You got Diego Yepes in the Bass Pro Shops colors in 4th. And then the teammates of last week's winner, Lane Sanders, Christian Vargas, in that number 1 Spam Ford Fusion. He'll start 5th. So we'll take a look at all these gorgeous cars that are taken to this mile-and-a-half racetrack. You got Jeff Bolton in the 43 starting shotgun. So 100 laps is the distance, 150 miles long. It won't be as long and grueling as Daytona was, but don't ever leave your seat hanging for too long, because you just may miss quite a few pivotal moments. Pace car is down and away on the pit road. Let's get round number 2 started. Sanford and Dagby, the front row, and across the line they go. Green flag is waving from Charlotte. Wow, a super tight race between teammates at the line, but Sanford prevails to lead lap 1. Strigley thought about, getting close up to the door of that 16, but he backed out just at the very last second. So Vargas up to 2nd. Here comes Jesse Turner, who started back in 9th, representing the U.S. Air Force sponsorship on that car. He slides into 3rd. Strigley down into 4th. Scott Roush, who qualified 11th, he's up into 5th in that Cheerwine Ford. Ryan Griffin, TJ Hanley battling side by side. Dagby's falling into the clutches of Brett Houck. And he's just falling in danger of falling outside the top 10. Turner up to 2nd up there, with some assistance from Joseph Strigley. Staying in the tire tracks of that Dodge ahead of him, Turner. Here comes another Ford driver to help him out, Vargas, down underneath Strigley, trying to break up the Dodge party, but he has to check up just a little bit in the middle of the corner, but he gains it back from the center on out. For the lead, Jesse Turner, underneath the 16 of Sanford, showing some strength early on in that 94 machine. Down to the low side he goes. Looks like Turner's going to prevail, and he'll lead lap number 4 at the line. Going back to more drivers outside the top 10, Ryan Griffin right there. Zachary Fitzwater. Carrying new colors in Monster Energy. Just about hitting 195 going into these corners. The G-forces that it takes to be able to maneuver a car around this track. It's pretty nerving right there. It's got to take a lot of grit and strength in order to drive these cars around this racetrack right here. Gatlin Downey having a great run right here in 14th. The Harmon Benning Peterson driver. Didn't exactly have the dream weekend that he wanted to at Daytona, but thanks to others falling back early right here, he's riding comfortably in 14th, and he's riding ahead of last week's winner, Lane Sanders, who's 15th right now in that 87 car. He's going to try and maybe catch the draft off of Downey and gain some momentum back. Sebastian Kukulon right there in 16th. Side-by-side battle between Kyle Collins and TJ Smith. You got Lucas Catano right there. Zachary DeLello, who came painfully close to that win at Daytona, but couldn't get the best of Lane Sanders in time. He's just down into 20th and barely hanging on. Now RJ Bishop creeps into the top 20. Way back here is Aiden Smith. He started up in the 6th spot, and he's already faded down to 28th place as of lap 10. So he has an incredibly long way to go. He may be down on power in that 68. Yeah, he's not really getting as much of the draft as he wants to off of those two cars right there, Breeding and Bolton. Yeah, so Smith with an atrocious start here at Charlotte. And he'll have a long uphill battle from here on out. Up there you got Yepes, Srigley, Vargas, and Roush, all holding contests for position. But up there you got Charles Sanford, just staying patient, biding his time, just watching Turner's moves and anticipating what he does, and just trying to learn from the driver of that 94. Getting that draft right there, and he's going to use that to his advantage right now. Here he comes. Through turn 3, looks like Turner's lap streak may be broken right here. Sanford back to the point. So Sanford and Turner are already playing a game of cat and mouse. Just one after the other, they just keep sharing the lead, and that may not be the last that we'll see those two duke it out for the lead tonight. You have Vargas 1.6 seconds back with Scott Roush in 4th. Srigley not really having the same pace as his teammate Sanford is, but he's still doing very good considering what happened to him last week. A tire going down while running in the top 10 at Daytona killed his chances for a great finish. So he's already on the path to redemption right now. It's really interesting to see just the vast amounts of different lines all these drivers are running around this 1.5-mile facility. It seems to me like turns 1 and 2 are kind of the most scattered part of the racetrack. You see these drivers, when they charge in there, it seems like they can't really hold the bottom unless they have to check up. You see Vargas drift up the racetrack. He's going to make room for Joseph Srigley. But that's just what I was saying. There are so many versatile ways to drive around this racetrack, and we'll see who's able to utilize these lines to the best of their ability and gain more speed and gain more time that way. But I don't know, compared to the pace of that 16 and 94, the rest of the field may have to rely on some trickery in the pits when those happen later on tonight. You got Lucas Catano right here, the 25th place driver from Daytona. And he was a part of that lead group that was fighting for the win, although he was one lap off the pace. He encountered problems on his green flag pit stops, fell back, and sadly couldn't gain back the position again. As he tried to push Zachary DeLello up to Lane Sanders to see if he can fight for the win, but they never had enough speed for that 87. Speaking of DeLello, he's right here with his teammate Harrison Riley, way down in 22nd and 23rd. So those two team cars not having an ideal night. And speaking of Aiden Smith, he's past Jeff Bolton now for the 27th position. And talk about a polar opposite for the Lake Effect Autosport team. One car is riding in second place, and the other one is barely hanging on to last. So Bolton and Turner really not gelling well with both of their setups, or their crews not really effectively communicating with each other on what they should do to get their cars going faster. Well, in that case of the 43, that is. Bolton just trying to survive and not be a victim of last place and keep Aiden Smith in that position instead. Turner leads over Sanford again, but Sanford, he'll have some reinforcement coming in the meantime. Joseph Strigley, he's been clicking off some solid laps all by himself. He's pretty much been doing mock qualifying runs this whole time. He was 1.6 seconds back last time, and he shaved it off to 1.5 seconds, so good job by Strigley. Trying to be as loyal of a teammate as he can, so hopefully he can run down that 94 and make it a JSR 1-2 by the time this thing ends. For fourth place, Lane Sanders has clawed his way up from the 14th starting position. He's already up to fourth. He's gained 10 spots, so he's definitely in contention for the Hard Charger Award at the end of the night, and that gives out an ever-important bonus point. Maybe he can expand his point lead that way. Speaking of another teammate willing to help, Christian Vargas looking to put Scott Roush behind him and join his teammate of Sanders and put both Spa cars up in the top 5 just like the Strigley cars are doing. Strigley messed up that lap last time. He's faded down to 1.9 seconds. And now 2.2 seconds. So Stanford and Turner really, taking the field to school tonight. Mitchell Collins trying to take the 11th position away from Ryan Dagby. You see his teammate Dylan Young in the distance, with the help from Brett Houck, and also Sakamoto trying to gain herself some redemption. But we are on lap 32. It'll be a 2-stop race again, more than likely. Field window's estimated to be around 40 laps, so the estimated pit window's around lap 40 and then lap 80. Still no yellow flags in this race, which I give props to all these drivers for doing. Keeping their cars clean and respecting each other's spaces. We may just have another caution-free race here. But you never know unless someone makes an indication for pit road and they don't let anyone behind them know, and then that could cause a crash. So we may want to watch out for pit stops and also merging back onto the track after pit stops are through. We need to watch out for that and see how that comes out. Sanford going for the lead on Turner again. Lap 37 down, give it to Sanford. What can Lane Sanders do? Can he gain? No, he kind of remained the same right there. Lost a few hundredths. Strigley in fourth. Vargas in fifth, pretty much all by himself. Scott Roush in sixth. TJ Smith, Ryan Griffin, Dylan Young, and Diego Yepes the top 10 with Brett Houck on his tailpipes. Talk about some other drivers hanging around the back of the field. Luke Martin started fourth and finished 14th at Daytona. He's just hanging on to a top 20 position. James Ellison, who was the biggest improver last week at Daytona, qualified 23rd, finished 6th, but running far from where he'd like to tonight. Got DeLello just hanging on for that position on Gatlin Down. He almost caught the wall, as a matter of fact. You got Collins, Harrison Riley. And these are the lone drivers all fighting in no man's land, pretty much. Turner now with the biggest lead over Sanford that he's had all night, and right there ahead of him, there's his teammate Jeff Bolton, and also Aiden Smith. So he's going to have those two guys to deal with next. So you got to wonder how much of a teammate Bolton will be. And just, I mean, while it's good for one Lake Effect car to be leading this race, it's also quite shocking to see the other one running at the tail end of the pack. So he's going to try and put Aiden Smith up high. And he'll try and make quick work of that 68. So now they're side by side, but they better not remain side by side for too long because Turner is right there. So where can Turner go? He should follow his teammate through underneath that 68. Yep, there he goes. And Aiden Smith is officially the first guy one lap down, but that's going to bring Sanford in on both of them. So Bolton's going to move up high, give Turner that lane. Sanford is going to eat up that 43 and spin him out and also lap him as well. Lap 53, so it will be a one-stop race. So forget the two-stop talk that was mentioned a few laps ago. So these drivers can make it on one stop, but the question will be when they can make it. Now it's Lane Sanders' turn to deal with the lap traffic. Jeff Bolton up ahead. Smith is gapped in right there. Sanders is over 3.5 seconds back behind the two leaders of Turner and Sanford. Down underneath Bolton he goes. His teammate back there is being contested by TJ Smith. Well, Strigley went up high. Oh, there we go. Jesse Turner, your leader, is on pit road on lap 58. Sanford chooses to stay out. So Turner in on lap 58. He'll make the first move. And it doesn't look like anyone else is elected to come down, so Turner being the lone wolf on pit road. Is Sanford going to come in? Nope, he'll lead another lap. That'll be 2 in a row for Sanford, but Sanders comes down pit road. Oh, and right there, Aiden Smith pops the wall out of 4. Just as we were focusing in on Sanders pitting. So Turner comes in on lap 58, Sanders on lap 59. James Ellison, the Indiana driver. Also Kyle Collins in that 99. So those 4 come down. Now here comes Charles Sanford coming on the lap 60. There's Strigley, his teammate. Jeff Bolton, Aiden Smith. TJ Smith, Christian Vargas, Dylan Young. But leading that lap was Ryan Griffin. Giving that Cookout Toyota some TV time in the lead, so he'll get a bonus point for leading a lap. He's the only other leader besides Turner and Sanford this race. Everyone else coming in: Hamley, Fitzwater, Martin, Harrison Riley, RJ Bishop, DeLello, Downey. So there's the 94 of Turner. He's already flown by Sebastian Kukulon, and he's already rocketing away. But where is Charles Sanford in relation to that 94? There's Strigley. He's not going to be able to catch him. And there goes Turner ahead of Sanford. Wow, that's a lightning fast pit stop by that 94 team. That's pretty much as fast as an SR71. The way that went down. The Turner should cycle around to the lead, like, very easily. As you see, Ryan Griffin led that lap, but he's just coming off the pit road. Turner with a enormous distance ahead of that 16 of Sanford. Gatlin Downey and Harrison Riley, they're probably Turner's best friends right now because they're going to battle for position while Sanford's going to be boxed in behind those guys. Oh, there's an issue. Someone's blowing up. Oh, it's Jesse Turner! After just coming off a pit road, Turner grenades the engine. Oh, what a shame. He was looking too good out there. And I guess that's enough engine life that he had left in that 94. And, oh, that is such a shame. It looked like it was going to be a clean race for him all the way up until the very end, and he's already on pit road, and his race is done. Give Charles Sanford the lead. What a shocking turn of events. Turner blows up from the lead, and now Sanford looks like he may be in the catbird seat. Oh, there's a yellow right there. RJ Bishop with damage. There's been a crash on the track. Zachary Fitzwater in trouble. Nick Breeding with damage. Oh, when did this happen? Well, I definitely must have missed that one. Oh, look at all these cars wrecked on pit road. Sakamoto, Ellison, Kukulon, DeLello. And there's RJ Bishop as mentioned earlier, but wow, yellow is out on lap 65. This will shake things up. Well, it's the first ever caution flag in series history, and it was a big one. Zachary Fitzwater in the 86 grenades the engine like Turner did, and he gets run into by Kukulon and Sakamoto. And it ain't done yet. Oh, a bad hit from DeLello onto Kukulon. Oh, and a car upside down right there. That was Sakamoto. A wicked ride by Sakamoto, and she's going to be the first driver to flip in this series because of that. But sheesh, a wicked crash going into turn one. So you see Fitzwater blows the motor up just as he crosses the line. He was running 15th at the time, and he's trying to get out of harm's way. He's trying to get down to the low side of the track, but Kukulon he just can't slow down in time. He clips the rear end of Fitzwater. Into the wall he goes. Sakamoto with nowhere to go. And now the track is full of smoke, and it's hard for these people to see where they're going. Sakamoto does go upside down. Was it the hit from RJ Bishop? Nope. Bishop comes along. Man, Kukulon with a bad hit by Zachary DeLello. And here comes James Ellison. He's the one who's going to turn that 71 upside down. Onto her roof, Yoshiko Sakamoto. She's definitely going to be dizzy in the morning after this one. And back onto her wheels she goes. Nearly wants to tip over again, but it does settle back down on the wheels. Ever wonder what it's like to roll over in a race car? Well, you can experience that here with Yoshiko Sakamoto. A crazy crash for her in that 71 Toyota. I gotta be honest with you, one driver that I'm a little bit concerned about right now is that 89 of Sebastian Kukulon. It's not really those hits right there that he takes, but it's the collision that he has with Zachary DeLello that's got me a little anxious. Because that was not an easy wreck for him. The driver out of New Jersey. Here comes that 15 of DeLello into the driver's side of that 89 machine. And there's Ellison up ahead knocking Sakamoto over. But I guarantee that impact was got to be like 130 miles an hour into the door of that 89. And then he takes another impact from Nick Breeding after it's all said and done. So the safety teams doing the best they can to assist Kukulon out of that car and get him taken care of. And hopefully he can be ready to race by round 3. From the viewpoint of Zachary DeLello, and his view of the crash and the impact that he gives to Sebastian Kukulon. Man, 2 hard licks for him, and what a way for the first ever yellow flag of the series to fly. Back from taking a look at the replays, again, that was just a magnificent crash that was on display in front of these fans here at Charlotte tonight. Several drivers knocked out of the race, and many race teams are going to have a lot of work to do when they get to their shops when they leave this place. But Sanford, Sanders, and Srigley, the top 3, restart on lap 69, 31 laps remaining. You see back there, RJ Bishop with that front end damage. He's doing his best to drive that wounded car as well as he can, but he's pretty much in salvage mode at this point with that 98 machine. He's boxing in Luke Martin. Luke Martin's trying to find a way around him, but he's just running out of space and he can't get down underneath him. So that's going to kill Martin's momentum right there. Oh, and a spin up ahead. Dylan Young is around. Into the backstretch while he goes. The Wawa Ford Fusion with trouble, and we are under yellow once again on lap 70. Oh, and Joseph Srigley also sustained damage, so... Oh, what a heartbreak. He was racing in the top 5, and there's more wrecking. Yepes in trouble. Oh, what is happening here at Charlotte? Man, 2 separate wrecks on the same lap. Gives damage to Srigley, Yepes, and Young. And the pace car is going to come out again, and we're going to have more replays to look at. Well, here's where the problem lies. Srigley gets put 3 wide by Aiden Smith going into 1, and Smith, he just drifts up the track into that 61. He squeezes Lane Sanders in the wall. Dylan Young hits the 61. They both spin around. Srigley pancakes the wall. And Dylan Young goes around back there, but then up ahead, you got to watch for Diego Yepes. Kitano's really slow up there, and Sanders gets into the back of the 77 of Yepes. And he goes spinning. So that's one wacky series of events that I'm just baffled to see. Man, can this race here at Charlotte get any crazier? Look at all those damaged cars beneath Charles Sanford and the rest of the leaders. Coming up to lap 75. There you see all the eliminated cars from the race. We're back to green. 3/4 of the way down. 25% more to go in this race. Sanford better get past that 6 as quick as he can, but Downey getting help from Harrison Riley, even though he's now on the tail end of the lead lap just now. But the old saying goes, cautions breed cautions, and Charles Sanford definitely doesn't want to be a victim of one. He knows what happened to Turner when Turner was in the lead and he lost his engine. But now look at him. He's boxed in from every angle on these lap machines. And that's going to... Oh, he's going 3 wide on Downey. He puts Downey in the wall. Sanford into the wall with Downey. And there goes all his speed. Who's in the lead now? It's Scott Roush. Yes, it is Scott Roush. With an opportunistic move, Roush goes to the point here at Charlotte. With Lucas Catano right there. And Ryan Dagby. Man, so many key players just by that mistake by Sanford into Downey. And this race is already getting topsy-turvy by the minute. But Roush loses the lead. Catano to the lead now. Ryan Dagby, the outside pole sitter. We thought he was out of the equation, you know, early on by lap 20. And look at this. He's back challenging for the lead on Catano. And it's even more of a shock for Catano. He emerged pretty much out of nowhere to race up in the top 5. After the slow pace he had at Daytona in the fading laps over there, he settled for a 25th place result over there. And here comes Newfoundland's Kyle Collins into the 4th position. Excuse me, 3rd now. Dagby into the lead. Collins in 3rd, Roush in 4th. He's under fire from TJ Smith and Brett Howe. Well, even though Sanford, he had that happen to him, all he can do now is just, you know, shake off those bad emotions and keep racing. There's still over 20 laps to go. Sanford now getting by Houck for the 6th position. And he'll just have to focus again, regroup, get himself together again, and charge back up to the lead where he needs to be. Because don't forget, you still got these lap machines right there of Harrison Riley and Aiden Smith. And who could have ever predicted Lucas Catano leading this race with 20 laps to go? And Kyle Collins battling in the top 5. The way he's going. Ryan Dagby with a good recovery. There you go. Both the S3 cars are 3rd and 4th. So this is shaping up to be a wonderful night for that team. And Sanford continues his march up. Going by Scott Roush to get 5th. So he goes by Roush right there. There's Luke Martin. He was running all the way outside the top 15 all race long, and now he's running 7th. And just like his teammate of Catano, he's leading right now. So Martin Motorsports also looking to have a stellar night for themselves too. But don't count Sanford out. Even though he's had a fast car all race long, you just can't help but wonder how much damage he sustained by hitting that wall out of turn 2. When he tried to pass Gatlin Downey going 3 wide, and the move just did not work. And now they got the lap car, Dylan Young right there. Young in his battered Ford Fusion. Now being a key player once again. Harrison Riley right there. But Kyle Collins, he's licking his chops. He wants to lead this race so bad. Oh, but he drifts a little bit high right there into Harrison Riley, but he's fine. He's still got a good amount of speed down the back straightaway. TJ Smith getting held up by the 12th car. He's going to have to make quick work of him right here, right now. Oh, they touch. Oh, and great job by those guys backing off each other. But Collins right on the rear bumper of that Ford of Catano. Now Sanford is by the 12 with Harrison Riley. But Riley is racing that 16. I don't really know. I mean, as a lapper, he should probably be more courteous to that 16. Oh, man, look at him drive him up the track. Riley not really making any friends with Charles Sanford tonight. And this is only costing Sanford more time. And back for the lead. A pass for the lead has been made. Kyle Collins ahead of Catano, and he is pulling away from that 20. But now he's going to approach the 98 of Bishop. Will he go high? Will he go low? Looks like he'll make the smart move and go to the low side. Yes, he does. But that's going to draw Lucas Catano in. Collins drifts up. Catano down low. Where can Sanford go? Is he not only has 1 but 2 lap cars to deal with? Sanford goes by. Ryan Griffin up in the 4th. He gets past TJ Smith and he chases Sanford through 3 and 4. Catano on the back bumper. Now he ducks down low of the 99 of Collins. And Ryan Griffin makes a power move underneath Sanford. Catano up to the lead again. Who would have imagined the players in this race with 8 laps to go? Collins drifting back. Catano pulling away. Collins up high. That's allowing Ryan Griffin to close in. And now you got Luke Martin up here. And if Griffin and Collins can work together, they can run down that 20. Or they may not have to worry about that because they're going to approach Dylan Young again for the 2nd time. So it's all a matter of where Catano chooses to go. He'll approach him on the straightaway. He's going to have to get out of the gas. No, he's going to go up to the high side of that 2. Oh, and Collins can't do the same thing. Griffin goes down low. Griffin up to 2nd. Oh, and back there. Whoa, Collins. Yeah, that 2 of Dylan Young may have just cost Collins a contention to win right there by being boxed in. And now it's Ryan Griffin's turn to run down that 20 of Catano. Lucas Catano, the Virginia driver, trying to hold off a pair of Michiganders. And then the Californian of Charles Sanford right there. But Harrison Riley, he's not really, again, like I mentioned, he's not really being that courteous to these front runners. Maybe he's hoping he catches a caution and get his lap back, but I don't really know about that, considering we're already on lap 96. If the yellow comes out, we won't have enough time for a restart. So I don't know what Harrison's real game plan is by racing this hard. And Quintana was gapping the distance. Diego Yepes had to pit road right there. And no one else had to pit right there. Whoa! Dylan Young slowing up TJ Hanley. That allows Christian Vargas to gain a position. Three laps to go from Charlotte. Harrison Riley closing in, but so is Luke Martin and Sanford. It's up to them. They have to form an alliance together, even though they're a different manufacturer. That win is right there. Lucas Catano looking to pull off the upset after nobody seemed like he would be predicted to win this race. Sanford back to second, underneath Martin. Here come the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go from Charlotte. Harrison Riley peeking down low underneath Catano. That might not be what he needs. And that's going to kill the speed on the 20 car. Charles Sanford reeling him in. Folks, if this ain't entertaining racing to you, I don't know what is. We are down to the wire. One more time around. Catano, Sanford, Martin, Griffin. Who will win it? White flag is waving. Here we go. Last lap from Charlotte. Martin's going to attack Sanford for second. Sanford has to check up. It is a Martin Motorsports 1-2, the 20 and the 54. But I think Martin's overzealousness may cost him a shot at winning. He's not catching that 20th Catano. How about this? Lucas Catano from deep in the field on the starting grid to taking the checkered flag for race 2. Lucas Catano wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Would you believe that? The 2 Martin Motorsports Ford Fusions. Lucas Catano, Luke Martin. A great display of teamwork and just sheer will and being able to make it count and be there in the fading laps. And I'm sure none of you ever saw this coming. But man, oh man, I certainly couldn't have predicted that outcome myself. But Catano with a brilliant move on Kyle Collins and him working the lap traffic the way that he needed to and being able to seal this win. Still, got to give credit where credit is due. And Catano and that number 20 team going to be celebrating big tonight here in North Carolina. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here at Charlotte. We really thank all of you viewers for sticking around and seeing that insane race battle for victory here tonight. It may have started out tame at the beginning, but it sure got crazy by the end of it. So thank you once again for watching this crazy race. We will see you for round 3 at Richmond Raceway in Virginia. We're going to go short tracking for the next round on the schedule. But until then, your results and your points will be coming up shortly. And congratulations one more time to Lucas Catano on pulling off an amazing win here at Charlotte.